All right, Kenman here. Today is die project number 25, round 2. Right. Can you believe it? We are here. We're going to finish up number 25 today in this series. Super fun, having a great time making these. This one got a little wild, a little crazy. This is going to be the first Trifecta Kenman custom. What do we think about it? It's going to be something. Before we start, not sponsored by anyone, and I purchase everything at retail price, and I do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment. I did the titanium anodizing on this pocket clip. This is the Miguron Talism. It actually came with this pocket clip, which is not titanium, but it looks like this one is going to fit, so I'm going to do the swap. I anodized it green. I did the laser mark striping on the blade, both sides. And I did the dye on the scales and the backspacer, and I two-toned it. So we did the backspacer green, and then we did the handle in this orange. It was a tan color when I started, which leaves us with a darker shade. So I did some combo dyes, this one with another one that made it orange, and this one with another one was green, and then ended up getting 3 different colored knives out of the deal. Ended up turning out really good. Excited to get it put back together. Sure, why not? Who else is? It's gonna be weird. So let's see what we got. Lots of stuff going on. Not traditional color scheme kind of a situation. So that spacer goes there. This has a captive pivot with the Migurons. There's a little notch on there, so that slides in, and then the notch fits so that this cannot twist for the pivot on that side. I'm going to slide this off, get that on there. I lost the piece that was in the spacer, which is fine. Get that back in there. And the dominoes starts to collapse. Okay, so set yourself up for success. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, who else is excited to get this one back together? I've had it apart for a while, did quite a few things to it, and I've been looking at the customs and haven't had a chance to get her together, and pen on the floor. So now that we're finally at that stage, it's getting exciting. Okay, there we go. That was the click we were hoping to hear. Get this one on this side. And get the collar on there. In we go. Or does that go the other way? I put it in upside down. My fault. Okay, the pivot is the standard T8, which is good. Pretty normal size pivot. And Miguron also has T8 body scale screws. Pretty cool. Not necessary, but very nice. Very big screws. Okay, we are getting there. Not tightening everything up all the way. Why is that the way that it is? That got twisted or something. What did I do? something's not at the right angle there. Of course, every time we do this, we've got something. There it went. Okay. I just got a little bit of a twist. And since everything that was controlling that captive pivot was already down on that side, that's correct, I was not able to pop it back. We are fine. Standard situation. Every time you put one back together, there's always something. Got to be prepared to just accept it and do your best. Hope it all gets back together and works, right? Okay. What's happening there? Is that spinning? All right, there it went. Put this back in. Try that again. Okay. Takes a second to line that one up. Okay, and like I was trying to say before, I believe I was in the process of saying, not tightening everything down completely. I'm going to get it put back together, then you crank it down, then you make sure you're just paying attention to that blade centering as you do it. Otherwise, you'll have to go back and fix it later. And like now, it's already off center. Let's see, okay, that was pretty tight already. Maybe that was what was causing it. Get this in here. Crank it down. Okay. Crank these down. A little off center. A lot off center. Of course. All right, so let's try cranking it down when it's open once. Let's see what that does. Sometimes you get one that just doesn't like to center back up nice, and it gives you some fits. This one's kind of being a little bit annoying. That's fine. All right. It's super stiff. Here we thought this was going to be just a nice, easy one. I guess I actually have to put the pocket clip on too to make this happen and be centered. I don't know. It's kind of odd. Usually I don't have too many issues recentering a blade that was nice and centered when I got it. But this one seems to be annoying. Okay, I am lefty, so the pocket clip goes on this side. It's a little looser than it needs to be. All right, just for the glamour shots, I'm going to not touch this, but I'm going to start carrying this around and it will get marked up a little bit. That's one of the things with titanium. Oh, wow, look at that. These pocket clip screws are also T8s. Very cool. Oops, come on. Get up there. All right, looks like that one's going in. And this one's going in. This pocket clip is going to fit. Maybe not. Uh-oh. Oh no, it's not biting. All right, so now let's crank this down. Okay. It'd be interesting if the one screw goes and the other one doesn't. There looked like all the screws in the pack were the same size. Are any of these longer? Maybe. Yeah, they look like they're the same length, but when it could be the distance of a thread or two. Well, that is the reality of it. Is I'm trying to do a custom clip on here, and you can see that that screw doesn't make the threads, so it doesn't actually work on this knife. Unless I were to get a longer screw. Is the black one's longer? God, they look like... That's a bummer. Wait. This one looks longer. I mean, maybe I'm just seeing things. That one looks longer. It is. Black screw. So do I do 2 black screws? Or is there one longer? I can't tell. My eyes, they all look the same. I could probably just end this instead of sitting here playing with all these screws. Yeah. That does not stay. There is a couple of the black ones that are long enough. I don't know why they would do that. You know, here's a couple that are long enough, but none of the silver ones are. I'm probably going to have to just do both in black. What do you think? Okay, we're done. What are we at? 12 minutes. I'm just rambling on here. Just putting the knife together. Didn't even do a die or anything for it. What in the heck? Okay. Failed the flip out. Wanted to get some nice glamour shots of this before I make that pocket clip not as pretty. Okay. Here we are. Miguron Talism. Probably going to put a black screw in there, so there's 2 black screws. Or maybe I can sandblast that screw and get that black off of there. Maybe I can't. I don't know. We'll see. So here's side A, side B. What does everyone think of the finished product? There you go. You got your green and your green. Not quite the same shade, but it's a different material, so when you hold it like that, you got green, green, kind of a nice little accent, right? Does everyone think of the laser mark? This was the first blade I did where it's an actual blade and I'm putting a black mark on it. This side, I didn't get dialed in quite right. It ended up marking it for 15 minutes. I had the settings a little off, but the color looked pretty good. But it ended up leaving it a little charred versus the other side, I think, has a little bit cleaner look to it, but I tried a couple different things. You can see that one stripe up the center is a little bit different. And because this had like a tumble wash on it, you can kind of see the tumble wash in there. Because it wasn't a completely smooth surface, the laser hits it, and whatever the surface is affected. So it's not going to be completely smooth if it wasn't going onto a smooth surface. Boom. Talism. This is like a $30 knife that I just made worth maybe $15 because it's so weird looking. I'm just kidding. I don't know. It could be worth more now. It is definitely more custom. There is a guaranteed fact that there is no Miguron Talism in the world that looks anything remotely like this. Yeah, what does everyone think? Comment below. Got the two-tone with the G10. I think that looks cool. I do like this kind of rusty orange. I do like that dark green. I'm going to probably get that dark green going in an actual scale color soon. Got to work on dialing in that laser mark on the The shiny blades, a little bit harder to visually see it in camera and to make the marks compared to, like, I've been doing a lot of black blades with a removal, like this Acumen. So this is a black blade, and then what I did is a laser removal. So it's not really leaving a mark, it's just kind of removing that black coating. And I've been able to dial that setting in a lot better, and it's just easier to film than this, but it does look cool. So I'm going to keep working on it, trying to perfect it a little bit more, or make it a little bit better. The Miguron Talism, cheap, $30 D2 steel. It does not come with the titanium pocket clip. I bought that. Miguron sells pocket clips. So I bought a few just to do some experimenting with. Oh yeah, that screw. It's kind of a bummer. I don't know if I want those both to be black, but I guess that's probably what I'm going to have to do. I look into maybe getting a couple more screws. Action seems to be pretty good. Drops all right. Oh, geez. Flicks out. Solid. I do not have it centered. I'm going to be honest. It is off center a little bit. I am going to work on that later and try to get it dialed in so that doesn't bother me too much. I have been carelessly grabbing at this titanium, and this green still seems to look pretty nice. Well, that is one of those things with titanium, as you touch it, it starts to get some fingerprints and wear, and it won't be the same brightness in the future. But I think that green, when it dulls up a little bit, kind of might match that backspacer a little bit more. Yeah, okay. I can end this. I just put this back together, and now I'm just talking and ranting and rambling on, and I love knives. I could talk about them all day. But this is going to be it for today. Here's our Miguron Talism with the Trifecta, first Kenman Trifecta. Bing, bang, boom. What do we think? Comment below. More good stuff coming in the future from all of these things. More laser marking, more anodizing, more dies. I have unboxings coming. Going to Blade Show Texas in February. Lots of fun stuff. If you enjoy what you see, please hit that like button and subscribe if you would like to see more. Helps me out, and I really appreciate it. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.